Okay, make sure audio is working. Okay, make sure audio's all right. Audio's working. We're ready to go. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Malin. Welcome back to the Madden 26 Dallas Cowboys rebuild live stream. First of all, before we get things started, if my voice sounds a little bit raspy and a little bit like lower, it's not that I'm sick. It's that last night, let's just say I went to I took the day off from work and I actually went to a watch party for the Cowboys and Packers game. Sat through that, screamed a little bit, yelled, only to lose my voice and wake up a little bit raspy, and also to see that a freaking tie was the end of the result. So, but my voice feels okay enough to be able to commentate a little bit. I got some vitamin water, to wet the whistle, so to speak, just to make sure that I'm okay. But if I have moments where I stop talking like I did right there to take a sip, don't be too surprised. So, getting back into the swing of things with the Dallas Cowboys rebuild, I got to tell you, this rebuild is harder than I anticipated. And it also consisted of me having to trade away players that I didn't want to trade for. So, if you guys missed the end of the last live stream with this series, I actually had to trade away Trayvon Diggs and Osa Odigizua for a Steelers defensive tackle and also some more draft picks because we were negative in the salary cap position. So I'm going to show you guys the squad going into year number 4, the 2028 season. We still have Dak as our starting quarterback, although at this point, his overall is continuing to drop a little bit. And I want to take a look at his I'll do that maybe in the salary screen. I think it's time to get ready to brace for a new quarterback that's not going to be costing that's going to cost $45.3 million against the cap if we were to get rid of him. An 83 overall quarterback is better to have than a 70 overall guy with a roster that is subpar. So I'm going to ride with Dak basically until the contract is up. Once his contract is up, I'm going to let him either retire or go somewhere else. That's the plan right now for Dak. We have Carson Beck, who we drafted a few years back, basically to kind of be the guy waiting. He hasn't really played very much, of course. Dak really hasn't been hurt during the rebuild, which has been a little bit surprising considering his injury history. So we still have him as our starting quarterback at 73 overall. And Julian Lewis is somebody that we drafted this year at a 69 overall. It's not that bad, but Carson Beck looks like he may be a guy waiting in the wings just in case. Now, Jeremiah Love has gotten better. He's up to an 88 overall now. I'm hoping that this is the year that he can possibly break into the 90s and develop into one of the really good running backs. He had a pretty good year last year, but he's been injured a little bit the last couple of years, which has been deflating. Jaden Blue did step up a little bit last year. His rating is almost up to being in the 80s. Maybe give him this year, he'll have a chance to get there. Jaheim White is somebody we drafted a few years back from West Virginia. He's at a 74, and we have a 70 Phil Maffa who's still here, although I don't know how much longer we're going to keep Maffa, considering he really hasn't done too much to separate himself as like a third back. Jeremiah Cunningham is a fullback that we drafted this year because we absolutely needed one out of Alabama, 61 overall. Wide receivers, we still have CeeDee Lamb, and we still have George Pickens. Part of me is kind of regretting giving George Pickens the big contract after the first season, but being an 88 overall is a pretty good ideal situation to have for an offense and a receiving core. It's really just the defense that I got to get back into shape, pretty much like the Cowboys are in real life. But fortunately, Ryan Wingo has gotten better after his rookie year last year as well, from Texas, 83 overall now. We do have Eddie Terrell, who's still here, 71 overall, and Jalen Wayne, who's been here for a few years, is the fifth receiver, 68 overall. Tight end, Jake Ferguson is still here, and Clay Rayner is the backup tight end to him. He's not very good, but we just had to draft who we could get because of the salary cap restrictions. We really had to draft everything. Now, Jude Bowery has been the left tackle for the last couple of seasons, but last year was his first year to start, and I think he's gotten better, although he's coming back from an injury. 62 overall, Dylan Warner is going to back him up. Tyler Smith is still here, 91 overall. Doesn't look like he's showing any signs of slowing down, and I don't really see any regression in his near future, so that's a good sign to at least have a stable piece on the offensive line for maybe potentially the next quarterback after Dak leaves in a couple of years. Ben Barch is a player we signed to be a backup left guard at 71 overall. Cade Mays, we signed him to be our starting center for this year. Nick Sanchez, we drafted. Sanchez, I'm hoping maybe can do some things if he develops, but we'll see. Right guard, Tyler Booker is up to an 87 overall. So we still have a few mainstays of the offensive line. Cash Cleveland, he's been with us for a year. He's up to a 79, which isn't that bad for a backup right guard at this point. Now, Braden Jacobs was our first-round pick this year. We drafted a right tackle, 76 overall out of Clemson. He actually is a real player because once you get into about like year 3, there's not a whole lot of accurate draft classes in terms of players that are real-life players, but it is what it is. But Braden Jacobs was our first-round pick, and he's going to be our day one starter. We've entrenched him as the starting at right tackle, so hopefully this season he has a pretty good rookie year and he can do some things. And we got a 68 Cornelius who is still here. I'm basically holding on to him for depth. He's barely played, but I need some offensive line depth at certain places, so I don't want to just let him go and not have a backup right tackle. Donovan Ezeraku is kind of maintaining steady at 83 overall. He really hasn't taken a big leap in terms of hopefully maybe a Micah Parsons-esque replacement, but hopefully maybe this year can be that year he takes a step. Terrence Springs, who we drafted a year ago, is the backup edge rusher to him at 59 overall. Peter Woods has gotten a little bit better. Our edge rushers being both 83 overall is not that bad, but Woods and also Ezeraku have been with us for about the same amount of time, and I don't know if they're going to get up to the upper 80s. They may just be kind of stuck at the lower 80s, middle 80s, and I want to have better than that. When Micah was on this team, he was a game wrecker, and he made a difference in the sim because I'm not playing every game. Mateus Francisco, who we drafted this year, is a backup edge rusher, 62 overall. Now, Keanu Benton was a defensive tackle that we got in a trade with the Steelers where we sent them Trayvon Diggs. We also sent them Oso Digizua. Those contracts were big and really taking up a lot of the cap for guys that were basically kind of in like the lower 80s at this point. I think Trayvon actually finally slipped to like an 83 overall, and I think it was just downhill from there. And I think I said, finally, I gotta move on from him. In real life, I think the Cowboys will move on from him maybe within a year. I wanted to hang on to him just to have 2 decent corners, but, it is what it is. We have some younger corners. Ravel, I'm expecting a lot out of him now, but Benton, we got in a trade. Who's actually not that bad of a player. He is a scheme-fit guy, 5th-year man out of Wisconsin, 81 overall. He has an expiring contract, though, but he's cheap. I don't know if I'll keep him beyond this season. We'll see how things go. DeMonte Capehart, I'm hoping that this is maybe the year that he actually stands out a little bit. We drafted him a few years ago. He really hasn't gotten a whole lot of playing time, but hopefully this year that changes. Jay Toa is still here, and Glenn Coleman is still here as well. Our Sam linebacker, Gabe Jacques, has developed pretty decently so far in his first couple of seasons. He's going to have another year as the starter. I'm hoping maybe he gets up to the middle 80s by some point of the season. Shamar James is still here, but I don't think he has. I think he's on the last year of his rookie deal anyway. I don't know if we'll keep him beyond this season, but as far as a backup for this year, that's not too bad. Luke Thigpen was another rookie we drafted this year. We finally drafted a middle linebacker, and I'm hoping that this guy will be the guy. Victor Barton we drafted last year, didn't really get a lot of playing time, but hey, we got 2 young guys at middle linebacker. Hopefully Thigpen can develop into a decent rookie out of Georgia. Marvion Overshown is still here. He's up to a 79 now. I mean, he hasn't really progressed very much. I'm hoping that maybe this is the year that maybe he gets to the 80s, but we will see. Josh Sanchez has a superstar dev trade coming in at 69 overall. He's been with us for a year. He got a bit of playing time last year. Hopefully, maybe he can develop and be a good, decent backup. Our corners are looking a little thin now. Deron Bland is our best corner, 6th-year man, 89 overall. Ravel Jr. is up to an 80, so he is getting there a little bit. He's going to be a guy for the future. Robert Longerbeam is a backup third corner, 72 overall. We got a 66 Mike Reed, who we drafted this year out of Wake Forest for depth purposes. Free safety Coy Parrish, who we drafted last year, did some pretty good things. And he's up to an 86 overall, and he's already got the universal coverage trait. So he has been one of the few picks that I feel like we've really hit on, that we actually found a legitimate caliber starting free safety. Vaughn Booth, we drafted last year out of Tulsa. He's going to back up Parrish as well. Ricardo Jones also has come on a little bit. He doesn't have any dev trades or anything like that, but 80 overall, and we've got Xavier Nwaka backing him up. We drafted a few years ago, but Jones has developed quicker than Nwaka, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to let Nwaka from Iowa stay behind as a backup. We still have Brandon Aubrey, 88, and we have Corey Bajorquez, an 83 overall punter. And now as far as long snappers, I had to move Keon Harris to that position. He is a tight end, but I couldn't sign a long snapper because there were no long snappers that were in the free agency pool, which really stunk. So as far as our salary cap situation, because I want to show you guys that, even with the moves that we made, we only have $2 million in cap space to work with, which doesn't give us a lot of wiggle room. We only have 50 players on the roster right now. So as far as what we have, that doesn't really give me a whole lot of confidence knowing, in terms of depth, if people get hurt. Now, getting back to Dak, he has 1 year remaining on his contract. We're playing the 2028 season here, and this is the last year of his deal. And I think that now is finally the time. It's going to be time after this season, if we don't do anything, to move on from Dak. I think it's just time to do it. And with that much, you can look at the guys that are taking up the most amount. Dak is taking up the most amount of money on the salary cap out of everybody. And CeeDee Lamb as well. He'll be up for another contract after this season too. But I'm definitely going to favor CeeDee Lamb over Dak. And it's tough because I said that when I began this series, I was going to let things out, ride with Dak, and see if we could get to that championship. And then again, this season hasn't started yet, but we're not a Super Bowl favorite. I don't think we really are. We're 85 overall as a team. We're 87 offense, 84 defense. That's about where we've been for really the last few years. Now, Brian Schottenheimer I'm controlling. We did get a contract extension, but our approval rating is still bad at 38%. Hiring Aaron Glenn hasn't really helped out as much as I thought. Tucker Austin, though, has been pretty good as our offensive coordinator. And Ryan Young is at a level 22 still. But Aaron Glenn, I really thought was going to help out the defense, but so far it really hasn't made that big of a difference, which is a little bit disappointing. I'm not going to be doing all of the position battles and all of the little moments like that because I'm mainly just trying to get to the season and get to the good part as far as getting through preseason. We did lose our first preseason game, and now we are playing the Browns in week 2 of the preseason. We won't have to make any roster cuts if we don't have any significant injuries, and if we do things the way we are. Unfortunately, we lost to the Browns pretty bad, and we already got an injury. We've got Hugh Galvin, who has a broken thumb. He's week to week, and we've got Terrence Springs back at edge rushers week to week with a back strain. That's not good. And as far as money, I'm going to take a look at team salaries one more time. Yeah, we only have $450K. That's not enough to sign anybody. So I think we're really just going to have to ride with what we have. And we're playing the Ravens to wrap up the preseason. And we beat them. So we did go 1-2 in the preseason. So that's at least ending things on a little bit of a positive note. And we actually beat the Ravens pretty good. So our backups played pretty well. We don't have to make any cuts because we didn't have any. We even have 53 players to start the season, which is deflating, but it is what it is. Let me go once again to our team's salary really quick here and see. We don't have enough money to really sign anybody. Let me try maybe let me try to find a practice squad player. Maybe sign them to the 53-man roster. We don't really have. I don't think we have anybody on a practice squad because we don't have. We didn't make any cuts during the preseason. Okay, so we got guys that are on practice squads. Let's see. Well, we could use some help at corner. Antonio Kite might not be that bad of a signing, but I don't even know if we can afford to sign him. Yeah, we need to clear $1.440 million in order to do that. So we can't even really sign anybody off of a practice squad to get up to 53 players, which would be humiliating. We get Lee Hunter back. That one we have to clear even more money. So, yeah. Okay, well, we're just going to let it ride out. We have 51 players. We don't even have 53 players. But maybe during the year that things will change. Let's go ahead and choose a draft class. Let's see if there's anything out here that is maybe for the 2029 draft. I doubt it, but let's just see. Let's just take a look. Doesn't look like there's anything, so I'm going to go with auto-generated rookies. We're just going to go with that for this year because we're so into the future that there's no 2029 draft class roster, but it's okay. It's perfectly fine. We're so in the future anyway, like almost 4 or 5 years, that who knows what the NFL is going to look like in about 4 to 5 years. Only Madden knows in simulations like this. All right, well, we're opening up the season against the rival Commanders. Let's simulate to the middle of the season and see where this team is at. Please don't let us be like 1-5. Because this could potentially be Dak's last season. I mean, I really don't see any incentive to sign him to another long-term extension. I'm trying to do what Jerry Jones decided didn't do, and that's pay the wrong guys. I was even talking with some Cowboys fans last night. Oh, we actually started the year 5-2, so we're not that bad at all. And we actually have another player on the roster at 52. Maybe they just, gave us a little bit of slack. We do have 105 skill points to spend. The approval rating with Brian Schottenheimer unfortunately shows is still bad at 37%. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but we're not doing that bad. Let's go ahead and spend 30 points there. Spend some here. Spend some more there. 25 points. 15 there. We have 10, but I don't think that's enough. So we're going to go ahead and save those points for a later date. All right. And we are, as far as the division, we are number one. We're tied with the Giants for first place in the NFC East. So that's not that bad of a start. Start 5-2, did not expect that. Definitely off to a better start than I expected. I mean, I'm not even lying. I thought maybe it would be like, more like, middle of the pack or maybe like 3-4, kind of like the Commanders are, or 4-3, maybe 2-5 or something like that. But no, we've actually started out okay this year. But how are things going to look when we get towards the end of the season when we could have some attrition setting in? Let me go to the injury report here because I want to see if we have any injuries. Well, our starting defensive tackle, Keon Benton, is out 4 to 8 weeks with a dislocated ankle. So that's not good. Is there any defensive tackle out here that we could sign to give us some help for the next few weeks? I mean, we can't even really afford to sign anybody. That's the problem. And Harrison Phillips cost $5.25 million. Yeah, we would have to clear all the money in order to do that. So we're just going to have to go short on defensive tackles. We are at 52 players, so at least it makes you feel better about knowing that. But Benton's the only injury that we have. So the main player we got in a trade with the Steelers. But you know what? It's going to give the younger rookies a chance to play. So I'm not too upset about that, and we'll just see how things kind of go from there. All right, well, let me get to the negotiating screen and see as far as player negotiations that we have to worry about. Dak is on here. So is actually Tyler Smith. Well, look, if there is one player that we are not letting slip out of here, it's CeeDee Lamb. 3 years, maybe finish his career in Dallas, basically, with a contract like that, potentially. Drops down to 107, which is not bad. But Tyler Smith, though, sir, I do not want to lose you. He's excited to sign for that. Great. And we are down to $86 million. Dak, your time has come to go somewhere else. We are moving on to a new quarterback after this season. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. All right. I think all the rest of these guys are definitely expendable because they're pretty much backup players or one-year guys that we signed. Jeremiah Love. We'll pick up the fifth-year option on him for sure. And the same thing with Peter Woods. Okay, so we'll pick up the fifth-year option on Love and Woods at the end of the year for sure. Ezraku is expendable, if you ask me. Now, Ravel, he's tempting to bring back 2 years. Happy to sign for that. Okay. Dropped us only down to $82 million, which isn't bad. Okay, so we were able to get Ravel. Deron Blaine is still under contract anyway, so at least we got, our young, well, even though Deron Blaine is not really young at this point. He's been in the league for 6 years. Benton, I know we got in the trade, but I think we're just going to have to let him go. And he's also been injury-prone this year, so I just don't think it's worth it. Jaden Blue is an interesting case, but he really isn't interested in re-signing, so unfortunately, I'm just going to have to let him go. Jeremiah Love is our starting running back anyway, so losing Blue is not going to hurt so bad. James is a backup. Longerbeam's a backup. So's Galvin. So is Cornelius. We're finally going to move on from him. Mays was brought in for 1 year to basically be a stopgap guy. Same thing with this guy and this guy too. Brandon Aubrey I'd like to keep. The best kicker in the league. But what is he really going to ask for? Okay, $1 million is actually not that bad. I'd say yes, but okay. We dropped us down to $75 million. Okay, so you know what? We're just going to go get a different kicker because he's just asking for way too much, I feel like. Well, we can try maybe next week with the negotiations. But the key thing is that we locked down our 2 impending free agents that are in the 90s. We got CeeDee Lamb here for another 3 years, which could very well be the end of his career in Dallas, but we will see. And we also got Tyler Smith back on a 2-year deal. So we've got those guys locked in. And with not signing Dak, I think that'll be able to free up space to move on at quarterback. I hate to say it, but we're doing it. But then again, this season could be a playoff season potentially. So we'll see what I decide to do. But Dak is just going to cost me so much money to keep. And I just don't think that I'm going to be able to do that and be able to make more moves to make this team better because we have so many more holes that we need to patch up. Okay, so we're playing Washington again, just like we did in the first week of the season. Let's see if we can sweep the Commanders. Let's see if we can beat the Commanders. And unfortunately, we lose. And something tells me this is the beginning of the slide. Giants have moved up 6-2. We're 5-3 now, and we're playing the Giants this week. Let me get back to the negotiating screen and see if I can talk a little bit more with Brandon Aubrey about staying. Okay, he said he wanted something maybe a little bit more player-friendly. Good offer. Glad we got the deal done. Okay. Well, it did drop us down to 74, but it wasn't like a huge, tough deal. But Jurowitz is actually interested in re-signing here, but I think I'm just going to go get another punter potentially. I could potentially bring back Corey if I don't see anything better in free agency. But we will see how things kind of go. But like I said, everybody else, I'm sticking to my guts. I'm sticking to my guns. Everybody else is expendable. Dak is finally starting to regress. Ezraku, I just don't think is worth hanging on to. We can get better defensive ends, potentially in free agency or the draft, or get a young guy in the draft and develop him. We still have Woods. We're going to pick up the 5th-year option on him. He won't be going anywhere. If he balls out next season, maybe he'll be able to get his way into a long-term deal. All right, Giants this week. They're the leaders in the division right now, so this is a pretty big game. And we lose to the Giants. We've lost back-to-back weeks, 23-24 against our opponents. So that is crazy. Philadelphia's 4-4. So is Washington. So if we slip up anymore, this is going to be a long end of the season for sure. Playing the Texans this week in the battle for the Governor's Cup. They're 3-5. And we lose to the Texans. So we've lost now 3 in a row, and we have now slipped back to 5-5. We are now last in the NFC East. Do we have another injury that we picked up that I don't know about? We probably did. I know that we haven't had, Nwapka Benton's still he's got another injury, a dislocated ankle, out 2 to 4 weeks. Yeah, there's no way we're holding on to you after this season, dude. And Nwaka has a week to a dislocated wrist. So our backup strong safety's out as well. Eagles are 5-4. And we beat the Eagles to finally get back on track after losing a bunch of games in a row. We've actually climbed quickly back up to second place in our division. We can't look at the playoff picture, I think, until after this week. And we've got the 5-5 Ravens. This is a pretty big game for determining if we may be a playoff team or if we won't be. And we beat the Ravens by 3 in a close one. Our approval rating has gotten up to average, so 40% is not that bad. Okay, so now that we beat the Ravens, we're 2 games in front of the Eagles and the Commanders in the NFC East. As far as the playoff picture, we would be in as the 5th seed against the Packers again, who we just lost at the end of the regular season last year to miss out on the playoffs. I really don't want to have to face them in the first round immediately because I just feel like, I can't go 1-1 again. In the 3 seasons that we played, we only made the playoffs in the second year, and we lost to the Vikings on a last-second touchdown by J.J. McCarthy. I know it's a video game, but I'm still kicking myself at that because it's like we eventually something's got to give. We got to win. Brian Schottenheimer, at this point, has yet to win a playoff game. Let that settle. Yet to win a playoff game, yet they keep extended the contract. I mean, I get it, but it's like at the same time, as a fan, I'd be like, why are you extending him? It's like, the Jason Garrett syndrome. I'm getting more of these skills. So the tree arc is starting to develop okay. All of these are locked. So, Schottenheimer's starting to get a little bit more added to the abilities and stuff like that, but still, he's at a level 31 right now, so there's improvement there, but overall wise, as far as the team, we still got, plenty of rebuilding to do around it. A bye week this week, so let's go ahead and simulate, and we got the Browns next week, and then the Panthers. I don't know how tough opponents those will be. The Browns actually are 7-5. I think they actually won the Super Bowl last year, if I stand corrected, so they're not the same old Browns, even though they're 83s across the board, so we're a little bit better than them on paper. And I don't think we have any injuries, at least according to that screen. Yeah, we don't have any injuries. So Benton, our defensive tackle, is back, so that'll help. And another 7-5 team. All right, let's see if we can get a key win in Week 14 against the Browns. And, of course, we can't. We lose by 18 points, and we're still second place in our division. We are still in the playoff picture. We slipped down to the 6th seed. We play the Giants if the season ended today. Oh, boy. And the Panthers are not that bad either. They are 9-4. All right. I think, okay, I'm going to simulate this game. If we don't win, I might just have to play the rest of the regular season at least. And we lose to the Panthers. Well, the Commanders are 1 game back from us. We slipped down to the 7th seed. And we got a new ability unlocked for Sanchez. Okay. So we can put something here. Let's do Form Tackler for here. So Sanchez is actually starting to develop a little bit this season, which is good. I've really been a little bit antsy about, the rookies not really developing that we've drafted. Maybe we've just been missing on a lot of them, but I don't know. You never know sometimes, and the scouting is all automated that I do. I don't really do too much scouting on my own when it comes to these franchise modes. I'm supposed to just go with my gut. Probably not the best way to do gaming. I know there's some hardcore guys like C4 out there who actually do legitimate scouting, but never been a scout, don't really know what to look for as far as speed and agility and that kind of thing. I'll let the real scouts in the NFL handle that stuff. They're getting paid to do that. I'm not paid to do anything close to what they have to do. All right, well, for the sake of trying to make sure that we get into the playoffs this season in what is potentially Dak's last season, we're going to jump in and we're going to play this game against the Giants at home. I'm going to take over for the last 3 games of the regular season, play all of them, and see if I can get us into the playoffs with some momentum. Right now we are 7-7. We went out. We're 10-7. We have momentum and also be in better shape for the playoffs. We don't have any significant injuries going into this game, which is good. So we have a full arsenal of all of our talent. The Giants are not that bad themselves. So we got to come out here and we got to play good football.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10.
This one with Jeremiah Love actually went for a pretty decent game. Had 59 yards last week on 11 carries. I don't know how good the running game has been this year, but I'll take a look at stats maybe after this game and see how everybody's doing, especially Dak. See what's going on. Back up tight end, Rayner makes the catch. Even though he's at a 58, he still was able to make that catch. I'm a little bit surprised, considering his rating is so low for a backup tight end. But we got CeeDee Lamb out here making catches. Let's go slant space. Oh. Roll out, throw it, got Lamb. I don't do enough rollouts with Dak. You know, he's not, you know, as mobile as he used to, but he can still run. Pickens, there we go. Perfect route. A key first down.
19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Another throw for Prescott.
Dang it! That was my own fault. I thought Wingo was going to be waiting right there, and turned out he wasn't. But we got the lead early, 7-0. All right, we got a 1st and 10. We're just about at the end of the half, actually, so we got to go a little bit quicker. We got to go pick up the pace. Good catch, CeeDee. Touchdown. Oh. The Amon-Ra St. Brown celebration is in the game. I guess it is. I'm sorry, I just couldn't help but laugh there. Will they show it on the replay if I just wait for this? I gotta see this again. Look at that. I will say, I don't know how, as great of an athlete as Amon-Ra St. Brown is, I don't understand how a human being, no matter how much in shape you are, can literally stand on your own head. Like, it's not physically possible. I never thought it was. So we actually missed a key moment there, but it is 4th down and 3. We got a chance to kick a field goal before halftime. It's 40-0, right? It's 40 seconds right now. We got Brandon Aubrey, and Aubrey kicks it to give us a 17-0 lead at the half. So I feel good about that, but, you know, who knows? The Giants have come back at any time. Oh, our defense is holding up. So far, we've really just played offense in this game. But I'm not complaining because I'm better on offense than on defense in this game, straight up. Ah! Well, that was 3rd down and 3. But we are in Brandon Aubrey's range, so we might as well try a 60-plus yard field goal. What?
This is no good from this distance. Issues on the snap will doom you every time.
I thought the lines were dead in the center. I don't know what that is. All right, well, the Giants are in 4-down territory. Jackson Dart is still their starting quarterback, and it looks like Cam Scatterville is still there as their starting runner. I'm really glad this is wide open. Giants finally score. We've got a 1st and 10 inside the red zone. We're up by 10. He was kind of hold on to this lead. Hold serve. Be able to walk over toward this. Got 95 yards on the ground so far with Jeremiah Love. Get to the outside. Love. Oh, walk-in touchdown. Let's go. Jeremiah Love gives us we missed the extra point. But we still got a 3-possession lead. It's fourth quarter now, so Giants are in 4-down territory the rest of the way. Giants being 9-5. I'm a little bit surprised that we've kind of handled them as easily as in the past. Meanwhile, they get a touchdown to score, make this thing closer. All right, 3rd down and 8. And this is
Prescott now on 3rd down.
Catch Pickens. There we go. 1st down. Pickens. Let's go. Oh, make him miss. Well, he didn't really make him miss. He just kind of turned on the inside a little bit. 225 yards through the air for Dak today. Critical 3rd down conversion there to Pickens. That was pretty big.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left.
1st and 10. A goal-to-go situation happening here. I thought he got held up, actually. I thought maybe there was a game interference, but they didn't call it.
2nd and 10.
Got White in the backfield and he loses 5 minutes.
Great play to back these guys up, shift the momentum a little here in the 4th. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Looking to throw.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Love almost caught it off the tip. I was trying to do that wheel route against the Debo. It was a decent matchup, but just couldn't quite get it. All right, Aubrey, we got to make this one. All right, Aubrey makes that one. It's a chip shot. It's an 11-point lead. Again, Giants did score. We're going onside here. Let's go with the onside recovery. So let's recover this kick. Okay, that did not go 10 yards. Yeah, that's a flag. Oh yeah, that is definitely.
For a team to recover its own onside
43 seconds. Giants do have all 3 timeouts left, but we're going to be running the football the rest of the way to burn out the rest of this clock. He's got a pretty decent rush that time as well. He's over 100 yards, 124 on the day for the former Notre Dame Irishman. 2nd and 4. Oh, good block by Tyler Smith, I'm sorry. That was a heck of a block. He just shoved that guy clean out of the way. What is it, 3rd down and 3rd inches. Giants only have 1 timeout left. We get this 1st down. There we go, Love. 1st down. That's the ball game. We're not going to get a chance to touch the ball. So this is a big win we needed. 26-18. Looks like it will be the final. We're going to go ahead and take a knee, get in victory formation. And we beat the Giants to move on, to move up to 8-7. Definitely helps our playoff positioning, keeps us in the playoff picture for sure. This is definitely a big win that we needed against the Giants team that has done pretty well this year at 9-6. So pretty big win for us today.
So for my partner Brock Hewitt and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys are winners as we say so long from Dallas.
All right, we got 3 games. I think we got 2 games left in the regular season. Maybe 3. I can't remember. I think it was maybe 3 or 2. It's one of those. Yeah, we've got 2 left, Week 17 and Week 18 left in the season. We have a new ability unlocked. Wildcat play sheet for Shoddy. That's pretty good. So we've got no more NFC East opponents left. We are 8-7 now, and we're actually 1 game behind the Giants, and we just beat them, so that will help our playoff cause a little bit. Our approval rating with Shoddy is still bad. We right now would be the 7th seed in the NFC, behind playing the Rams in Week 1. That would be tough. They would be the number 2 seed. We have the 5-10 Bears this week. I'm not going to risk the simulation. I'm going to go ahead and play this game on the road in Chicago. Hopefully get a little bit of revenge for what happened in real life just this season. I think that Bears loss, when you look back at it, could potentially be something that could hurt the Cowboys in real life this year because not just the tie, but I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm going to be watching that Jets game tonight against the Dolphins to see how Dallas could fare against them next week because Dallas has been notorious for giving winless teams in the past their first win. 2019, they go to face the Jets team that was of course a lot different, but they still lost and they gave them their first win of the season. That was one of those losses that kind of sunk the 2019 season in a way. They can't lose to the Jets next week. But anyway, I say all that to get into this. It's a Thursday night game. The Bears are 5-10. They're not going anywhere this season, but we still got to come out here and we still got to play good football. And I'm not taking this team lightly just because they have a losing record. Trust me. Every team in the NFL can win on any given Sunday. And we hit Ferguson on a perfect route, and he might get down to the 7-yard line. Still, good play. Big-time play that we needed. Bootleg is never my favorite option, especially with the backup tight end and Greenwood. Of course, and he couldn't even get separation on the route. We need to get a better backup tight end, but I'm hoping that, with the money that we save by not signing Dak potentially, as much as it pains me to say those words, with how decent he still is, it's a money situation. We just got to move on. But maybe I can offer him maybe something that isn't going to break the bank. So maybe we can still keep it a decent deal. But we'll see. Meanwhile, Mingo hauls in the touchdown pass to put us up 7-0 on the Bears. On defense, we got them in a 3rd down and 19 situation? Caleb Williams is still their starting quarterback. Ezra Raku gets around the edge and gets home for the sack. Let's go. Make it 4th down. I think they're going to be able to kick a field goal from here. Sorry, I was just listening to the audio to see how my voice sounded, because right now, I don't know if y'all can really tell, but it's kind of hoarse sounding. Kind of, deep, low, raspy, but you know what? I kind of like that. Because my natural voice is kind of a little bit perky. It kind of sounds, I don't know, whatever. Unfortunately, Odunze does get a 1st down and puts the Bears in scoring position. Excuse me. Is that Swift still with them? Yeah, it is. Swift finds his way into the end zone. Gets this thing tied up with 2 minutes to go in the half. 1st and 10. Not afraid to shy away from the running. Just that with the clock running. Oh, and my luck, no, they actually got a 1st down.
He motors for 9 yards. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Prescott on play action.
Well, CD, way to make that catch.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 first downs.
Oh, he did go out. Okay, so he stopped the clock for 17. I thought he didn't get out. Oh. I was late on that throw. Lingo wasn't as open as he could have been if I just waited a little bit.
Prescott now.
And my love open out of the backfield. Picks up a 1st down.
Down to the 48. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. 1st down, Cowboys. To throw is Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for
Got a lob pass to CD, and he's gone. Touchdown to end the half. Let's go. That was a perfect throw. Great job. Good way to close out the half on offense.
Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop.
All right, it's 3rd and 15. 19, I think. And they don't even get the field goal off. So we go into the half up 14-7 after a big bomb deep to CeeDee Lamb.
Everyone to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
That guy's 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. Lamb, only 2 catches, but one of them went for a touchdown, 67 yards. So right now we're looking okay. Bears are on the move. They got a 4th down and 2, so they're going for this. I'm not too surprised considering their record. And he is short. We stopped Swift short of the first down. Great tackle by, that was the rookie. Yeah, Thigpen. Way to get in there and make the play, Rook. All right. We got a 3rd down and 9 here. Corner strikes, I feel like might be a good play.
Can they get this 3rd down stop in the third quarter?
Like it's incomplete. 4th and 1. They're going for this in the fourth quarter, as they should. But still a 14-7 game. Oh, good tackle, Sanchez. Way to get in there and make the stop. That was perfect timing. Perfect. Can't do anything on offense, so we have to go on defense again. Fortunately, this is like the beginning of it.
7-point lead. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
Tried to get chased with the rookie, but couldn't get Swift before that to the It is getting to desperation time with the Bears. I mean, they're down by a whole touchdown. So, I mean...
Throwing is Williams. They'll try and set up the screen.
All right, good tackle. They make the tackle for me. 2-minute warning.
Down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with a
these teams got losing records. They can still be dangerous.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9.
That's exactly what we're finding out about these Bears teams.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams.
And Woods gets in there for the sack. Perfect. Good job.
Huge play at this point in the game.
Clock's still running. Bears did not call a timeout. You know, they got 3 of them. Well, they got 3 of them left. Not a whole lot of plays getting out. That was 3rd down. Now it's 4th down. This is the game for the Bears.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
There's a Raku.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
Damn tight end. Incomplete. Game over. Good job, D. Way to make a stand. Save the day.
Such little time remaining.
The Bears still have all 3 timeouts. I'm going to start off with some running plays, but if we get into a 3rd down, I'm not going to hesitate to throw the football. Oh, Jeremiah Love, why did she go backwards?
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. During that run,
yeah, I know this may be a little bit risky because we stop the clock from the golden year. Pickens. Dang it, of course that happens. Blue shoulder really turns. Alright, I want to do curl flat because there's a route that Lingo is going to run that could, or maybe CD on the curl. CD on the curl, please. Thank you, CD. Way to haul it in. Okay. That was a big first down that we needed. Continue to make the Bears use their timeouts. They got 2 left.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Love breaking tackles.
25 after a gain of 6.
Playing a little bit of power football right there. 106. Bears only have 1 timeout.
6 left to go in the game. He's going to get it again.
Oh, there we go, Love. Perfect. Another first down. Keep losing that clock.
3rd and final timeout.
I think we should take the advantage. That's first.
And they take a knee.
This game definitely made me sweat through it a little bit, but we come to Chicago and we get a very tough 14-7 win, kind of a classic classic nail scratching, claw, whatever you want to call it, game. And we are moving on to 9-7 with one game left in the regular season. We have the Minnesota Vikings, I believe, to end the season as our final opponent. So we'll check and see what the playoff standings are looking like after this matchup, see what things are looking like as we get ready for the postseason, potentially. I think with this win, I don't want to say we firmly planted our stake in the playoff picture this year, but it's definitely given us some good chances to be in the postseason. Okay, so let's check out the playoff picture now. We actually moved up to the 5th seed now, so we're in a little bit better shape than we were last week. Falcons are now down to the 7th. Vikings are the 6th seed, and we play the Vikings this week. So if we win, I guess that would give us a higher advantage or something like that. But we did clinch a playoff spot. So regardless of whether we win or lose, we will be in the postseason. And if the postseason started today, oh my God, we would have to play the Packers. Okay, well, since we are in the playoffs and we're guaranteed to be in the playoffs, I'm going to actually risk the simulation for this week and get ready for the wild card round. Hopefully we didn't lose players due to injury, but we'll see. And we actually beat the Vikings to end the regular season on a pretty high note, and the approval rating has gone up to 48%. So Schottenheimer's looking pretty good. And we have the same record as the Giants, but I think because they beat us once, they did win the NFC East. But us finishing 10-7 from having that slump of being 5-5 at one point. Not that bad. So I think we went 10-7 last year, I believe. And for the playoffs, we're actually going to be playing the same Vikings team that we just beat in the regular season. We actually get to host a playoff game. And even though we are in the 4th year of this rebuild, we have not won a postseason game. So we got a chance to, at the very least this season, accomplish something that we have not accomplished yet in the Brian Schottenheimer era, and that's win a playoff game. So I'm hoping that today we can make that happen. Let's go ahead and do some coaching upgrades really quick. Only leaves us with 8, so I'm going to go ahead and let that go. All right, so we got the Vikings in the playoffs this week. I got to win my first playoff game in this rebuild. Same Vikings team we beat last week, and also the same team who we lost in the playoffs to 2 years ago. And I think at home, I think it was a home game too. Maybe it was in Minnesota. I can't remember. Sorry, guys. Like I said at the beginning of this live stream, that's going to happen with coughing, raspy voice. Like I said, not feeling sick. The voice is just a little bit hoarse.
These guys definitely hoping
All
for
right.
a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
I would love this when you start out.
Says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field.
Got it. Good job, Ferguson. I know that was a little high, but he's still holding in.
Nice drive. Good job.
So for the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Going right back
Yes.
to Ferguson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45. And
Okay, so I just noticed something. Our center is he hurt? Yeah. Nick Sanchez, I need you in there at center. They have freaking Peter Woods there.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10.
Not sure how that happened.
A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
Still no.
Now Prescott.
Throw it away. All right.
The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
Dang it.
That's intercepted.
All right, dude.
Time to take you back into the ball game. It's a red zone alert as this defense faces a 1st and 10 in the final minute of the opening quarter.
Oh, good stop.
He is going to be stopped cold.
Lockett coming in to make the play. Let's go. That's the end of the first quarter. It's still a 0-0 ball game.
We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 11. To the air with McCarthy. And he's got his man.
Good job, Sanchez. Way to wrap it up.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard
3rd down, 14. Oh, we lost 3 yards on that pass. How about that? Negative plays. We'll take it.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Open man.
Out of bounds, but he was short.
And he's out of bounds.
All right, so Vikings, home to field goal. Not ideal, but not too bad. We got a kicker wearing number 22 out here.
His kick here is good. And
All right. Down 3-0. 4th and 1.
This defense is going to have to be stout here. 4th down, but the offense only needs 1 yard to pick up the first. They'll try and run.
Here we go, Love. Oh, wide open rushing lane for the touchdown. Let's go. Just when we needed to get us back into this. Vikings are driving the half. It's 4th down. We're doing 4.
It's 4th down and 3. This offense staying on the field.
Incomplete. Turnover on downs. Good job, defense. All right, so we got a chance to go 2 minutes here. If we can get any type of points on this drive, that would be huge.
Prescott from the gun.
Here we go.
He's got a man wide open, complete.
Let's spend one of the timeouts. We have 2 of them left.
Timeouts. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Looking to throw. Prescott. Over the middle.
Good job, CD. All right. Well, we're in field goal range, so that's good. So at the very least, we can come away with it. On 3rd. Got to bounce, preserve some of that clock. There you go. 5 catches, 52 yards. Okay.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. They'll throw again. Prescott.
Screen pass is not my biggest favorite, but
And now we're
into the timeout go to our right
Remember, the
tackle.
Cowboys shake it up.
So we had to spend a timeout because of that. So now we only got 1 of those left.
Prescott to throw. As he throws
30.
here, incomplete.
Pectoral strain, Braden will return. So he's got a strain, but he'll come back. So Cornelius is going to substitute for the timeout.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
Go CD. And CD is in the end zone for 6. All right, that was pretty big. I really wanted to end the half with a touchdown to put that pressure back on the Vikings. All right, well, now we're in the 4th quarter. They got a 3rd down and 5. They've narrowed the gap to being down by only 3.
4th quarter, close game. 3rd down, here we go. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy.
Interception, let's go. Who was that? Oh, that was that's the rookie. Great job, great interception. But we didn't do anything on offense, so unfortunately we still got to get out there and play some defense.
What can they do here? This might be the drive that decides it one way or the other. Over the middle, it completes to Anderson.
He didn't get too far
And
there.
he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Throwing is McCarthy. And he hits him in stride. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
They just need 3 to go in the overtime, though. I feel like this still be impressive.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. This run defense has been
2 minutes left in this wild card round. Trying to get our first playoff win of the rebuild, as painful as that is for me to say at this point, being 4 years into this rebuild with the Cowboys. But it's not as easy to rebuild them without Micah Parsons. That's what this is really proving.
Let your quarterback operate and try to find some targets in the open field downfield.
They're going to get there in time for the pick. Justin Jefferson does it. Just about in field goal range. They get one more first down. Chance to kick them in. Dropped it. Wow, Hawkins. Sanchez with the hit. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. He's got Jefferson across the formation. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line.
And the Vikings first down.
Back to throw. He's going to let this go. Back in the end zone.
Intercepted in the end zone. Oh, Jerron Bland, thank you so much. Oh. This time they tried to bomb in the end zone in the playoffs, but this time we intercepted. Let's go. Thank you, Jerron.
That is a winning play at this stage of the game.
Sweating.
To come up with that interception, huge.
Sweating.
I like how you identified that.
Oh, we need it.
People think winning plays are the
Oh, man, do we need that.
In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side.
It's not over yet, but
And maybe finish things off.
I like our chances.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. Prescott, as they get the stoppage.
I can't believe I did that. Oh, my God.
He will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles.
Oh, my God.
The drive of the game forthcoming. This offense, a field goal does them no good. They need to get
I
in the
can't
end
believe
zone.
that, guys.
The good news, they have all 3 timeouts left. Let's see how this plays out. To throw, Prescott. That is caught by
He's got it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Now Prescott. That's to the left sideline and incomplete. A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Now Dak. 9 timers left. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his helmet. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go to
I can't believe I threw that interception. I mean,
to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. And it's is incomplete.
And that's the last pass of Dak's time as a Cowboy.
And losing in this wild card round, they've got something to build on, though, for next year. But I don't know if they want to.
I can't believe I threw that pick. And that's the way that Dak Prescott's career is going to end as a Cowboy. There was a pick. It's a pick six. Not even a pick. It was a pick six. After we just got an interception. So stupid. I'm going to take a bathroom break real quick, guys. All right, I'm back, guys. All right, I'm back, guys. Okay. All right. Well, that was just it's a tough way to end it, and a tough way to see, one of the best quarterbacks in the history of this franchise go out. Now, that doesn't mean that Dak is going to retire. I don't think he will. If I was him, I wouldn't. But it just comes down to the money situation, guys. We have to let some of these good players go that we've spent so much money on to get better. And that's just what we have to do. I feel like at this point we just kind of have to really start over, and we got to start over at quarterback. Let's just kind of see how things go. Let's check out the Pro Bowl roster first. Here's the unfortunate area where I'm torn. Dak made the Pro Bowl for the first time in this rebuild. His stats must have been pretty decent. Jeremiah Love also made it. CeeDee Lamb made it. So this is the best that our offense has looked. So did Jake Ferguson. So Tyler Smith made it. Man, we had a lot of Pro Bowlers this year. Tyler Booker made it? All right. Burns, Payne, Vea. Any other Cowboys? About Turpin. Deron Bland made the Pro Bowl to a 90. That's it. But we had a bunch of Cowboys make the Pro Bowl this year. So let's check out the playoff bracket and see what happened with the rest of the league. So, of course, we lost to the Vikings again. The Panthers beat the Eagles, and the Giants actually went up and beat the Packers in Lambeau Field. Well, I mean, that's happened before a couple of times, but I didn't think that would happen while Micah Parsons was there. Panthers beat the Giants, and then the Rams beat the Vikings. On the AFC side, you had the Ravens beating the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Then you had the Bills beating the Chiefs, so Josh Allen gets the best of Mahomes. And then the Browns, they beat the Chargers, and then the Browns lose to the Bills. The Titans beat the Ravens. And then it's the Bills and the Titans in the AFC Championship. Bills win that one to play against the Panthers in this year's Super Bowl. So that's a pretty intriguing Super Bowl matchup. Now, let's check out the yearly awards. The MVP is Cam Ward. So he has developed into a real franchise QB, and Dak actually finished 8th in the MVP voting. Coach of the Year, Schottenheimer actually finished 8th, so that's not bad. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Cam Coleman. And then Dak actually finished 4th. Lamb finished 7th. Defensive Player of the Year, Donovan Ezeraku finished 10th. Offensive Rookie of the Year, nobody. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Oh, Luke Thigpen came in 8th. Best QB. I mean, I don't think Jeremiah Love, second best running back. CeeDee Lamb, 4th best wide receiver. Best offensive lineman, Tyler Smith, 3rd. Booker came in 6th. Best defensive lineman, nobody. Best linebacker, Marvion Overshown, finished 10th. Okay. Best DB, Deron Bland finished with that award. So he won the NFC Best Defensive Back Award. Best Kicker. And that's it. So we had one award winner this year, and it was Deron Bland. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see what kind of contract I can offer Dak without breaking the bank. And if he doesn't take it, then we're done. We're moving on. So let's see who wins this year's Super Bowl. The Panthers and the Bills. And the Panthers blow out the Bills to win their first ever Super Bowl. The MVP is Dante Moore. So they don't have Bryce Young anymore. MVP is Cam Ward. Raheem Morris won Coach of the Year overall with the Titans. Okay, so he is the new coach in Tennessee. Cam Ward also won Offensive Player of the Year. The Defensive Player of the Year goes to Jalen Walker of the Falcons. Demetrius Samuel Jr. wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's a wide receiver from the Miami Dolphins. And the Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Amari Adams, a defensive tackle of the Vikings. Well, they played us pretty well, so he made a difference for them in that playoff game that we lost. And it looks like that as far as retirements, we have Jalen Ramsey retiring, and Christian McCaffrey is retiring as well. So let's check out the rest of the retirements, see what big names are hanging it up. Dawson Knox is retiring after 10 years. Anybody else I recognize? Taylor Motton's retiring. He's been always a free agent available. Deron Payne is retiring after 11 years. Kenny Clark went to the Raiders after we let him go. He's retiring after 13 years. Taron Johnson's retiring after 11 years. A lot of players from the Panthers, actually. But, hey, retire on top. Go for it. Elgin Jenkins, the center for the Packers, he's retiring after 10 years. Grover Stewart's retiring. John Runyon, Jr., basically. He's John Runyon's son. He's retiring. Bobby Okereke is retiring after 10 years. Juan Jennings and McCaffrey retiring. Shaq Thompson hanging it up. Dallas Goedert's hanging it up. Okay. Well, let's get to the offseason. Let me go to Coach Central really quick because I want to check out it's average right now for Aaron Glenn. It's average right now for Brian Schottenheimer. So I think I'm going to keep the coaching staff intact because I think this is finally an off season where we're going to be able to have enough money to get out of salary cap hell and be able to really build this team back up into a legitimate contender. That's what I'm hoping to start doing now. The approval rating is good with the players, the media, not really the fans or the coaching staff. The GM, it's pretty good. But then again, I've been skipping a lot of the staff moments, so I feel like that's one of the reasons why that stayed in the red with coaching and the fans, but maybe with coaching, not really the fans. All right, so let's advance to next week, which is staff week and determining what we're going to do with these players. So let's take a look at this again. We're definitely going to take the fifth-year option on Jeremiah Love. We have $63 million. We're going to take the fifth-year option on Peter Woods for sure. I mean, Ezeraku has gotten up to an 85, but I think we can only afford to really keep Peter Woods, and we're going to have to just get somebody else. We have to draft another edge rusher, left edge rusher, to go on the opposite of Woods, who is going to be here at least for another season. Looks like Dak wants to come back for, just one more year. It doesn't look like that's going to cost a whole lot. This might be a mistake, but if it's just 1 year that he wants to stay, let's make this offer. All right. Dropped us down to $44 million, but he gets us out of the danger zone. Jaden Blue, unfortunately, is going to have to go. Same thing with Benton. We're just going to have to get, different replacements there. That's what we're doing. That is what we are doing. So the first thing I want to do is actually see if I can restructure any of the contracts of the players. CD, we just signed to a new deal. But can we restructure it already? Yeah, we can. It'll free up $9.58 million. That's great. He is a member of the 90, well, it showed the 99 club, but it shows 97 there. Still, dominant receiver. Restructure Tyler Smith's contract. Jeremiah Love. His can be restructured also. That'll free up $590K. Parrish can also be restructured. Save some money there. Booker can't be restructured, but he's finally developed into that dominant right guard that I hope. So our guards are just fantastic shape. We're set there on the interior of this offensive line. It's great. Restructuring Pickens will free up $6 million. That helps. Probably just keep Pickens until, the last 2 years run out of his deal. He's still an 88 overall, which isn't bad. We have $100K if we restructure Aubrey, so that's good. The good thing is that Dak wasn't asking for a crazy contract again, so I think it's okay to keep him for just one more year. But he is regressing. But this year is it. This is going to be Dak's last season. And you know what? After the way that everything ended in the playoffs for him last year, I don't want to see him go out like that just as a diehard fan. I just want to see what he can do for one more season. And if we can get back to the postseason again and find a way, just find a way. If we can find a way to win a playoff game. He still hasn't won. In this timeline, he still has not won a playoff game since 2022. And that was like 7 years ago at this point in time, advancing this forward. Jockus cannot be restructured. I don't know if Dak can be restructured. He's on a one-year deal. No, he can't. Carter Jones can be restructured. Bell can also be restructured free of $500K. I like the fact that, Ravel is now our guy. And, the corner play wasn't that bad this season. So I'm okay with going with these guys as our main guys at corner. Overshown has 1 year left. So a lot of these guys just have 1 year left too as well. So okay. So restructure contracts. So now we've got some money that we can spend. We got $68.5 million to work with now, which is pretty good. And let's take a look at just really some positions that I think we need to look out for. Julian Lewis has actually developed to be better than Carson Beck at this point. So maybe it's Lewis. And, Beck, one of these guys, maybe look to them as the future. I'm not going to rule out drafting a quarterback after the next offseason. Because Dak's only going to be here for 1 year. He's on a 1 year deal. Jeremiah Love, White, Maffa, we're pretty good at running back. I'm probably not going to spend anything really there. We could get better at fullback. We do need some depth at receiver. I think we can get a couple of other guys, but just for depth. We need a better backup tight end. We need a backup left guard. We need a starting center, a starting caliber center. Right guard is okay. Right tackle, we need a backup there. We need a new starting left edge rusher. Right edge rusher, we're good, although we could use some depth. Defensive tackle, Capehart is up to a 76. Toe is now a 74. But if we can get a guy in the 80s to come as a free agent, that'd be great. Jockus is getting better. Thigpen is already up to an 81 with superstar depth. So that was a pick that we hit on this season. Overshown's up to an 81 now, and a 92, 83, and 68. Okay, so we definitely need some depth at corner. Free safety, we're pretty good at as far as depth. Kicker, we got a punter in Raynard, so I think we're good there. But let's change his number though. Can't be wearing 8. That's Aikman's number. Let me just change it to something in the teens maybe, or in the low digits if we have anything available. Let's change him to number 2. Our punter. Okay. Long snapper still this Leon Harris guy. Okay. Well, let's take a look at the free agent pool. See what all's out here. Well, we do need a starting center. Linderbaum would. I want to throw our hat in the ring for him. I want to throw our hat in the ring there. It would have put us above the Colts. Hendrickson. But Danielle Hunter is also there. What about left edge rushers, though? Because that's what we really need. Ezeraka would be the top guy, but we could get a little bit of a cheaper option with maybe Jonathan Cooper. So I'm going to throw my hat in the ring for him. He only wants to be here on a 1 year deal anyway, so I don't think that would be breaking the bank too much. Defensive tackle, Christian Wilkins is there. Alfred Collins also. Ty Hamilton. Christian Wilkins, he only wants a 1 year deal, so I don't think that would be too much crazy breaking the bank. $20 million left. do need some corner depth, but I'm not going to go with somebody that's highly rated. Maybe somebody like Emmanuel Forbes Jr. Just a steady guy. Cheap one-year deal, team-friendly. Okay. We really could use a better backup tight end to go behind Ferguson. Colby Parkinson, he'd be a solid option going to team-friendly deal for him. And I think that's it. Yeah, we can only do 5 at a time. Okay. So these are the guys that we've targeted for the first wave of free agency. We're going after Linderbaum to get our starting center. Going after Christian Wilkins to get a starting defensive tackle. Jonathan Cooper to get a starting edge rusher since Raku is gone. He's a little bit on the lower overall side, but hey, I'm not too upset about that. He's also a scheme fit guy. Emmanuel Forbes Jr. to get some corner depth. And Parkinson to get a backup tight end to go behind Ferguson. Hopefully we get Linderbaum, but I'm worried that the Colts might offer him a little bit more, and that might be out of our range. Yeah, that is what happened. We did not get Linderbaum, but we did get Christian Wilkins, and we got Jonathan Cooper and Forbes. Parkinson is still considering our offer, but we still got to get a center. So let's go back and take a look at what centers are still out here. There could be some other decent guys left. Bo Limmer, I know that's not really anything too crazy. You know, he's a 77 overall. Let's go with a team-friendly one-year deal, get him in here, get a starting center that's better than Sanchez because actually the Titans are going after him as well. All right, so let's go with a neutral deal then. And that puts us below the Titans still. Oh, boy. We could lose out on him, so I'm going to keep it where it is, and in the last wave of free agency, we'll go after another center. Okay. Now, we need backups at certain positions. I remember that. Oh, yeah, we need to look at what receivers are available. Is there any, decent receivers that we could use for depth? Jalen McMillan would be not too bad. Jordan Whittington, though, a Texas kid, yeah. Let's go with a neutral deal. 2 years, get him in here. Get some decent receiver depth. Are we his only offer? We probably are. Yeah, we're his only offer, but we're not going to go on the cheap side. We're going to go with a 2-year deal to get a couple years of steady receiver. Okay, now I want to see what positions we need as far as depth. I think we're pretty good at running back. I mean, we could use a better fullback. We need a backup left guard and a backup right tackle. Okay, so left guard and right tackle. Left guard, right tackle. Evan Brown. Let's go with Miles Hinton, former Eagle at one point. All right. What other positions of depth do we need maybe on defense? We're going after – we already got Jonathan Cooper, so we took care of our left edge rushing depth. Got Peter Woods, Christian Wilkins, our new starting defensive tackle. Oh, we do need a backup Sam linebacker. Emmanuel Forbes is now our third best corner. We could go after another corner, actually. Yeah, we need a backup Sam linebacker. That's what we need. I feel like there were some Sam linebackers that were pretty decent out here. Well, Shamar James is one of them. Willie Gay Jr. Team-friendly deal 1 year. Not going crazy. Where's only offer? So, let me see. What else do we really need? Oh yeah, we were talking about getting another corner. Trayvon Diggs is available. He's out here. Somebody like Cameron Mitchell. Drops down to $7 million. Okay. So second wave free agency, this is what we're going with. Jordan Whittington, Bo Lemur, although it looks like the Titans are probably going to get him. If they get him, then we're just going to have to go with whatever center we can get in the last wave of free agency. And I'm not throwing out the draft either. Evan Brown, left guard. Cameron Mitchell, corner. Colby Parkinson, backup tight end. Miles Hinton, backup right tackle. And Willie Gay Jr., backup Sam linebacker. Okay. Hopefully we can land Lemur. And we did not get the center. So we still need a center. Okay. All right. Lloyd Kusenberry is available. He is not a scheme fit guy, but let's go after him. 1 year deal, 3 years. He really doesn't have any other offers heading his way. So let's get him for 1 year as a bridge player. Just won a championship with the Titans. So, and no, that was the Panthers. I'm sorry. But the Titans had a pretty good year, so still. Let me take a look at the roster, and I want to kind of take a look at the jersey numbers and see how things are kind of looking. Fullback should also be something that I probably shouldn't rule out. Let's see. Jordan Whittington. I think he wore number 19 at 13. He wore 13 at Texas. Okay. Might be able to give him number 13. Actually, structure his contract to free up money already, so that's ideal. Yep. Just like he wore at Texas, we'll give him 13. So Whittington definitely gives us some decent receiver depth. Wingo. Yeah, Colby Parkinson. So he wears, looks like he's wearing like an 86 or something. Definitely gives us a better option at tight end instead of a 60 overall Clay Reener. Left tackle. Hopefully we get that center now. Miles Hinton backing up. And 78, we'll keep one at 79. Jonathan Cooper, though. 0. He also wore 53, and it looks like 53. Okay, so he wore 53. Well, 53 is already being worn by Cash Cleveland, so maybe we can give him something else in the 50s. And 54. I think, let me see. What did Christian Wilkins, what did he wear at the Raiders again? I think it was a 94. Also 97 with the Dolphins, 94. Okay, well, we'll keep him wearing 94 for now. Definitely gives us a good starting defensive tackle at 88 overall. That's not bad at all. Let's see, Emmanuel Forbes. Emmanuel Forbes Jr. What is his number with the Rams currently right now? 25. Okay, so you can stay 25. Cameron Mitchell. It's like 29. Maybe. Yeah, 29 is available for Mitchell. Okay. Feel better about our depth at corner now, so that's good. We got scheme fit guys going behind Ravel and Jerron Bland. Okay, so let me see where we're at in free agency again. Did we target a backup Sam linebacker? Okay, we still got Willie Gay Jr. We're still going after him. But Lloyd Cushenberry is who we really need. We need a new center. So I think that's going to really do it for free agency. I'm going to send the offers that we have. We're going to simulate. We're going to see if we got them. We did get Cushenberry as our center. So got $10.3 million to work with. We're going to go with that. And we also did get Willie Gay Jr. to be our backup Sam linebacker. All right, so we're looking good in terms of the roster makeup heading into the draft. Mainly that we've got guys kind of accounted for at positions. Let's see. Lloyd, Cushenberry. Or maybe it's Cushenberry. I don't know. Wears 79, it looks like, mostly throughout his career. He's our starter, so we're going to change Hinton's number. And we'll change it to 77. You know, that's Tyron Smith's old number, but still. And with Willie Gay, all right, we're still live. All right, we're still good. All right, we're still okay. All right, we're still live. Sorry, guys, I thought the stream was cutting out. Willie Gay Jr. Let me check and see about his number. Been streaming for a while now. I feel like sometimes maybe you can't take the strain, but it's what it is. 50 was also another number that he wore. We don't have Ezaraku anymore, so he could also wear. Yeah, we can give him. We can give him 6. Let's see. Let me double check one more time. Let me see where Willie Gay is right now. He's with the Dolphins. Looks like he's mostly worn 6 throughout the other part of his career. So the Chiefs wore 50, but now he's mostly wearing 6. So you know what? Let's have him wear 6. Let's just do that. All right. So the roster makeup is looking a lot better in terms of that we've got players in all the positions kind of filled up there. So yeah. So let me go get ready for the draft. So let's go ahead and simulate past free agency. We're done with free agency for this year. So that's good. Let's go to mock draft and see where mock draft number 5 has us projected to do. 21st pick, left tackle Jonathan Feliciano from Ole Miss. I mean, that wouldn't be the worst thing, but we're pretty good at left tackle. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to a backup. Center, a corner, Cole Livingston. He would be a scheme fit guy. That wouldn't be that bad. Brandon Mann, I mean, backup running back is not that bad. I mean, Nick Valdez, the right tackle, that wouldn't be a bad option either. So I think we can really just kind of go, ooh, Shane Langford. Taylor Watson would be a pretty decent center to get because we're only going to have Cushenberry for like a year. We'll probably just go forward from there. All right. On the clock. And as far as but you know what? Another thing that we need to do is that we need to get ready for a new quarterback. So you know what? Should have probably thought about this more. Deontay Wheeler, Georgia Tech. Round 5 talent. We're going to pick him. We've tagged you to be Dak's replacement, and it's an excellent pick. Georgia Tech quarterback. Right, here we are in the second round. Reggie Jackson doesn't look like that bad of an option for tight end, but Malcolm Toll actually is a scheme fit guy. We just lost our backup running back, Jaden Blue. So, you know what? I'm going to go with him, Malcolm Toll. It's a good pick, B-. Going with him. Still a lot of quarterbacks left. This Reggie Jackson guy keeps slipping, but I feel like there's a reason for that. This other tight end. We're going to roll the dice, take Reggie Jackson. Says it's a good pick. Okay. So far, we haven't had a C grade on any of our selections, so that's a good sign. There's some receivers coming up here. They're not bad. But this will linebacker right here, Quentin Durant, looks pretty good out of Arizona State. And we could use some depth behind DeMarvion Overshown. I think this is a good pick here. And we have our first average pick of the draft, but it's depth, so it's not the end of the world. Defensive tackles, this Owen Stanton guy out of SMU, local guy, could use some depth behind defensive tackles we have. Unfortunately, this is a bad pick, our first one of the draft. All right. This corner, Grant Carradine out of Penn State. Could use some young corners. Let's go with him. And that's another bad pick. Ugh. 7th round pick here. Carl Woods, receiver depth. Wait, there's an edge rusher that's looking pretty bad. But he's got potential undrafted written all over him. Let's go with Carl Woods. I don't want to reach too much. That was our 7th-round pick. Don't know the grade that we got for him, but let's take a look at our draft recap. Then again, this is kind of a year where we just kind of went with, who was the best on the board. But we did get a guy in the first round at quarterback. Deontay Wheeler, he's a scrambler from Georgia Tech. I mean, he's not a scheme fit guy, but with Dak only on a 1-year deal, this guy needs to be groomed to be ready to take over for Dak after this season. 79 overall coming in is actually pretty good. Who knows what he could become in the next couple of years. Malcolm Toll, 73 overall running back. He's going to basically replace Jaden Blue, who he lost in free agency. Reggie Jackson, tight end, 74 overall to be a backup. Not that bad. I mean, we did sign a tight end in free agency this year, but still, we got to get younger. Quentin Durant, will linebacker, somebody that can hopefully back up Overshown. 63, Owen Stanton, defensive tackle. 63, Grant Carradine, and then a 65, Carl Woods. He was our highest-rated player of the last 3 rounds of the draft that we picked, actually. But overall, not a bad draft. Hopefully, mainly getting our quarterback from the future in Wheeler. He's really being looked at as that. 7-0 overall. Dak's only on a 1-year deal. And this is really it. This is it. So we had to prepare for the future, getting Deontay Wheeler to be our backup quarterback. Julian Lewis and Carson Beck are not that bad, but, getting Wheeler was a big plus. And then we've got Malcolm Toll. I'm going to change his number, though, to 16. That just looks wrong. So he's now our 3rd-string running back behind White, but it's a pretty good look to me. Get some good running back depth here for the future, even though Love has developed into a 96 overall running back, which is fantastic to see. Phil Maffa, still kicking it, but probably going to be cut at the end of training camp, if I would have to guess. We didn't go get a fullback. I think we're okay with what we have. Pickens, Wingo, Whittington, and getting Carl Woods, rookie out of Clemson. Got 91 speed, which is not bad at all. You consider where he was taken. 65 overall, maybe he'd be a good kickoff punt returner. Reggie Jackson coming in at 74 overall makes him better than Parkinson. So we're going to be in better shape at tight end than we have been in the last few years. This team, even with Dak coming back for one more season, this team looks good enough to definitely get to the playoffs and be competitive, especially offensive line. Got an 83 now, 93, 80, 90, 83. So our offensive line is in much better shape than it's been in recent memory. 80 and an 87. I mean, we're losing Ezra-Raku. He was an 85 up until his last days as a Cowboy. So, that's going from an 85 to an 80 is a bit of a jump down, but still. And defensive tackles, we got an 88 Christian Wilkins. Capehart has gotten a little bit better at 76. Toa, Glenn Coleman, and Owen Stanton, who we drafted, coming in as a 63 overall rookie. And, Sam linebacker, 84, 81, and 81 for linebackers. So we're getting better at really the positions this year, like I can tell. Corners. Grant Carradine was the pick that we had this year. Corners, we've got a little bit of depth through free agent veterans that we've got. At Ravel, we've got Bland still here. Parrish has developed into a 92 overall free safety. So he's gotten better every year. Very refreshing to see that. Strong safety, Ricardo Jones, he's up to an 84 now. So this team is looking a lot better going into the 2029 season. So I like the way that things are positioned right now with us selecting Deontay Wheeler. He's more of a scrambler than Dak. So he's more of like, let's give him that number 7, looking like, Michael Vick a little bit. Hopefully he can have some of that scrambling Vick magic from past Georgia Tech quarterbacks. Because this is going to be Dak's last year. I mean, 13 years in the league. He is the captain, but I don't think I can afford to keep him for one more year. And he may retire after this season. Who knows? He's still kicking at 84 overall, which is not bad for a starting quarterback. But this guy's got to get ready to go. In the preseason, hopefully he can do some good things and get ready to take over the reins for Dak when he either leaves or retires at the end of this season. I want to run it back one more year with Dak and see if we can get back to the playoffs because we were able to make some improvements to the offensive line. Other players that are younger are getting better, especially on defense. I feel like we're finally turning the corner on defense now with Aaron Glenn as the defensive coordinator up for his third season in a row. The approval rating with Brian Schottenheimer is getting better because we're getting some more abilities to add to his arc. So I think that's really helping with the development of Schottenheimer and his coaching staff. Overall, I got to say, I think this team is in the best position it's been in a long time. And hopefully 2029 will be the year that we finally break through and win a postseason game. That's really all we're hoping for. It's taken us a long time to get to this. It's taken us, years to and inconsistencies to get there. We've been in salary cap hell recently, but we're not anymore. So thank y'all for watching. I don't know if I'll be streaming again tonight. I'm still, trying to rest. I didn't get too much sleep last night. But I will see you guys in the next video. Whenever that will be, you guys will know. But take care.